Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart.
Hey, did I get your attention? We're doing something special for the next month. We're going to focus on now business. Like, how do you generate income today, right now? My name is Jesse Zagorski. You probably know me as one of the regular hosts here, producer of the Agent Power Huddle. I'm also a broker associate with EXP. And what I keep hearing over and over again is agents that truly need to shift their business. The market shifted, they need to shift, and they got to close the deals today. And so whether you're a brand new agent, this series is for you. Experienced agent, this series is for you. It doesn't matter. Agent on a team leader, we're going to give you strategies and techniques to figure out how to scale and grow your business to close deals today, not in the future, not tomorrow, today. This is what we're focusing on all month, the techniques, the strategies you need. So welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Mindset Monday. I'm Susan Johnson and Associates, and welcome. And we still have people logging on, but we also have this on podcast, Spotify. So a lot of us now listen back to them throughout our week. It's nice to have you joining in with us. Hello, John. Where are you from, John? You're muted there, but feel free to type in the chat box there. I see Autumn in here, a few others that are coming on. So today's topic, guys, I always try to do something that's inspired me throughout the week to share with you to launch your week. And this week is going to be called The Value of Poise. And I'll tell you why I'm getting into this. I was inspired by a couple of people this week. One is actually my own daughter-in-law, Candace. She's actually an agent on our team as well. Right now, she's not practicing because she just had my first grandson. So she's home taking care of the baby. But she's also taking care of my son, Wesley, who's another agent on our team, who was in remission from cancer for 2 years. And unfortunately, he may have it back again. So I'm bringing this out not to put you on a downer on your Mindset Monday, but to let you know that they've just got the mindsets of warriors. It's so inspiring. So if they can have that kind of mindset, then of course, as a mom, so can I, right? And Candace, as a mother, as a wife, she just inspires me every day as a mom, that she just carries herself with such confidence and grace with everything she's going with. So I want to talk about Poise today because, and she's not the only one. I'm going to be bringing up a few other people that you guys will probably know because a couple of them are hosts here on this show that are truly, truly inspirational. If you watch their journeys, let's talk about Amy Izzo for a minute. Amy Izzo, and I've never met her in person, by the way. I followed her journey. I've messaged her privately before, but if you watch Amy Izzo, she's been on a journey, not just for weight loss for a number of years, and she's been extremely successful on that. She's not only a top producing agent and business coach, she's fabulous at what she does. But what I love about Amy is she does definitely exemplify the value of poise. In the sense that, too, she's living a life of her dreams. And isn't that what we all achieve to want to do? That's what we always want to do is just live that life of happiness and joy. And Amy really exemplifies this. Jesse Zagorski is another great example. So again, Poise is not just about women, it's about men too. Jesse Zagorski, another great example of the value of poise. And so the definition of poise, before we dive into the characteristics, is the graceful and elegant bearing of a person in the natural, self-confident manner. Okay, it's a natural, self-confident manner. It's a person which is described as being balanced and grounded and ready for action. Okay, they exhibit composure and self-awareness, self-assuredness. So think about the people around you, think about yourself, different situations that you may arise in your week. And there's 5 characteristics I want to discuss today because we want to really work on, if you're not already naturally already there, poise is definitely something that you can strengthen and work on in terms of your own life. The goal is to bring this self-discovery to you today and awareness on how we can navigate this in our lives. How can we demonstrate poise and grace? So the first characteristic is actually confidence. Confidence is just feeling confident and comfortable in your own skin. It's that genuine self-assurance. It's not arrogance, guys. It's not arrogance. It's just not feeling like you're better than anybody else. It's just owning who you are. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to have unique talents. It's okay to have, your unique strengths and be okay with your own choices and knowing that you are confident in those choices that you make, regardless of what anybody else thinks of them. You can cultivate poise. That's what I was just mentioning. How do you cultivate poise? Well, you cultivate it by making micro commitments to yourself, following through those micro commitments, because every micro commitment you make and you achieve brings you more self-confidence. Would you agree with that? Give me a little thumbs up or a nod. All right. So as you cultivate poise, though, listen to this. Your confidence will be tested. Now, if we're agents and brokers, which we are, most of us, or pretty much all of us, in your businesses, think about it like this. There's people that you're going to come across that may test you. They're going to test your confidence. They're going to test your strengths in many, many ways. They may challenge you. They may become argumentative. If you're dealt with another agent or broker or something like that, who becomes very argumentative with you in a situation. It's had to happen a few times, but not a lot, but it does happen time and again. And it's interesting. Or somebody may become judgmental of you. They'll try to find fault in something you do or an action you take. What they're trying to do is shake your confidence. They see you as being very confident or maybe threatening. It's their problem. It's not yours. The problem is that you will hear it and you'll see it in their actions as they become, again, more argumentative. So listen in. What will happen is knowing your worth and just seeing the things that are happening in the moment. This is when you don't want to be reactive. Okay, you don't want to be reactive in this type of a situation. You need to take that deep.
Quick question. Are you loving this podcast? We record it live Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Zoom. Want to join us live? Go to agentpowerhuddle.com. Next month, we're changing the format to only release 2 podcast episodes per week. So if you still want the replays of the daily version, you'll need to start going to our website, agentpowerhuddle.com, to hear every episode. All right, back to the show.
Stay strong in that confidence. This is where your grace shows up. Now be ready, because you're going to stand out in this type of a situation. And that's because you're going to be showing up consistently with who you are. Okay. You're going to see that if that happens and you're handling a situation where somebody may become argumentative with you or challenge you in some certain way, and you handle it with poise and grace, that they will tend to retreat. This did happen about a week or two ago in a situation that I was in, and exactly happened in that way. And in any case, I don't need to get into the details, but it was very interesting how this played out. So just being confident in your truth, confident in your abilities, and always go back contractually to whatever your situation is, and then not getting, argumentative back, but actually dealing with the situation calmly, and they will typically retreat. So characteristic number 2 that leads right into it, which is composure. Maintaining your composure, keeping a positive perspective while maintaining that calm disposition. So listen, not everybody can maintain a calm disposition all the time, because we do have emotions. We're people, right? However, is keeping them in check. You need to do your best throughout each day. We can be triggered by certain things. All right, we can be triggered, and that's where you need to have some people to be able to bounce things off. I've got a lot of other brokers that are really great mentors and friends of mine. If I've got a situation, we might bounce things off of each other. And part of the poise and grace I'm talking about is how to maintain that in a situation, is to be able to help take a deep breath, maintain that composure to deal with certain stresses. Okay. Remember the topic, the value of poise, as you're dealing and maintaining your composure. Put things in perspective. Sometimes it's going to be hard, but it's going to be a great test. Sometimes you just have to use something called a pattern interrupt as well. If you're ever in a situation like that, and maybe somebody's becoming argumentative with you, I had this happen a while back ago where an agent was, raising their voice, and I stopped him. I said, "Excuse me, but you're raising your voice, and we're trying to solve a problem." And once again, what happens? They retreat immediately. So the natural tendency is somebody just to raise their voice back and forth. So that doesn't solve anything. That power of poise and grace is bringing your confidence out, your assuredness, and bringing the calm and not reacting. All right. Characteristic number 3 is your compassion. And that's thinking of others and practicing selflessness. Now, we live in somewhat of a narcissistic society. And I hate to say that way, but in a sense, if you just go to social media, and I don't just mean like real estate, I'm talking about generally. If you go to social media, you're going to see selfies abound. I mean, some of the things you see on TikTok these days, and it's just astonishing. But we do recognize that social media is huge for our real estate businesses. And, as long as what we're doing is providing value, right? Not posting just anything, but really provide value, something that's going to, again, bring out your strengths, bring out your confidence, and not just something that will paint you in a light of disrespect, may I say. Adding value and enhancing other people's lives, that's where compassion will really come out. So ultimately, when you're serving with a servant's heart is what I like to say. That's the compassion. It will show. And, some people will do this on social media. Some people do this very publicly. A lot of people do this privately. And either way is okay. Either way, it's okay. You don't have to do everything publicly, although it's, yes, it's nice for our businesses to have, to show those kind of things. At the same time, just remember, it's the daily things that you do for compassion to help others. That's just good for your soul as well, and good for the other person. It doesn't always have to be under a spotlight. So anyway, show that kindness and compassion on just the daily acts of kindness. And this is the essential ingredient of our poise. This is an essential ingredient of just showing up each and every day with poise and grace. Characteristic number 4 is about presentation. And I love this because it's really important. And I think sometimes people kind of get away with it, especially in Southern California. Now, you may disagree with me on some of this, but that's okay. Whatever you decide. I just want you to think about it for a moment. The way you're dressing, appropriate eye contact, handshaking, posture, the way we carry ourselves is critically important also in presenting yourself with poise and grace. It also ultimately shows your confidence naturally. You've seen when somebody walks into a room, they may not even realize it. They'll walk into a room and they command the confidence just like that. Just like that. How so? Maybe it's not just the way they're dressed. And I know that sounds very material, but it's not. There's a lot more. It's the whole package put together. It shows respect to who we're meeting. Okay. It's the whole package. Think about it like this. When you go to see a professional, you go to see a doctor, and they came in normal street clothes, well, they may be very well educated and be very well ready to take care of you. But if they came in with a white coat, it just automatically puts in your mindset that of authority, that of trust. Okay. So just the little things like that help exude the confidence. What about professional athletes? Do you think a professional athlete when they're just practicing and on their practicing with their practice t-shirts and that kind of things, when they go out on the field, they've got their jerseys, their professional jerseys, again, it puts them in that mindset of it's game time, it's go time. It's the same thing for you as a professional. Oh, right. Same thing for you as a professional. Okay, so set yourself up to win in every area, presentation included. It sounds a little bit judgmental, but I want you to think about also, how do you act? How do you feel when you are dressed for your profession, when you are showing up for your profession, when your posture is held high, when your energy is high, when you are trained and skilled? How are you feeling? How are you showing up when your confidence is there? You are feeling better. You're going to deliver at a higher level. and you are prepared. So I want you to really internalize that. That does a whole lot for your self-esteem, and that does a whole lot for your poise and your confidence. And then those people I mentioned before, when I talked about Jesse, when I talked about Amy, I'll bring out another one, Theodis. If you know Theodis, watch Theodis. Asher. I can name on a whole bunch of them. A lot of them are here on Agent Power Huddle. So, we've got so many great examples all around us living it every single day, because that's why you're here. That's why we're all here, to live and learn from each other, to strengthen these and to remind us. Again, this is not something I'm sure you have never heard before, but it's that Mindset Monday is about bringing these back to the forefront of your mind to keep you focused, to keep you engaging, to keep you reminding yourself of what the things are that are important, not only in your business, but in our lives in general. So presentation, how you present yourself. That's very, very important. Aim high in your presentation always. And now, not just physically, but by the way, presentation in your business too, how your listing presentations, your buyer presentations, everything you do in presentation starts from how you look, how you feel, how you carry yourself, your self-confidence, all the way through on all your tools and your strategies and your skills. Okay? Characteristic number 5 is really about being present, living passionately in the present. Poise people see the value in the present.
Right,
so there's no use in being stressed about the future. I mean, I know that can happen, but I'll tell you, I can speak on this very clearly, especially with what's going on with my son right now and being sick. I mean, we can be falling apart in every different way. Like I said, they are giving me more strength as a mom, and a grandma now, because I look at their warrior mindset. But I'll tell you, if I worry too much about the future, I will be no good to anybody today. Anybody. So you've got to look at the present, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. How do you move a mountain? One scoop at a time, right? One step at a time. Same thing in your business. How do you move that mountain? One scoop at a time. Be present. Poise people see the value in that present. And that's what I'm talking about. We also can't live our life looking through a rearview mirror. We've all made mistakes, everybody. If you have not made a lot of mistakes, you have not taken enough risks. Clearly. I have fallen down over and over and over again, more times than I even care to count. Pick myself back up, wipe myself off, and get my mindset back on track and say, okay, what am I going to do now? You know what? I've done it before. I can do it again. What do I need to do? Get it straight and drive forward again. But I'm not going to continue to look in the rearview mirror, because what's it going to do? I can learn lessons. That's the one thing you can do. Don't just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Learn from them and move forward. We can take solace from learning those lessons, but you don't want to live there and dwell in the past. Walk confidently forward, be present today, and implement those lessons. So this Agent Power Huddle, again, poise and confidence. The value of this poise will carry you. The confidence in making great decisions, in following through with those small micro commitments to yourself, will give you every bit of confidence to continue to raise your standards, to follow through, to get the results you want. And remember the 5 characteristics: confidence, composure, compassion, presentation, and being present. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap up with a little bit earlier today. We don't have a lot of people interacting today, but quote of the day. Last but not least, this is the quote of the day. The happiest people do have their share of stresses, crises, and even strategies. They may become just as stressed and emotional in such circumstances as you and I, but their secret weapon is the poise and strength they show in coping in the face of challenge. That's the lesson I learned from my own kids and watching what they're going through, right? Amazing what we can learn from one another, right? So you take this on. Have an amazing, wonderful, powerful week, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on Agent Power Huddle.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.